Thank you. Thank you for the opportunity to speak at this place. I've been here before, and thank you for getting me back. So, a few things. I think Sriram has already talked to you about a lot of the benefits and migration of broadband. So what I'll do is give you a perspective that, first of all, a few research points, talk about video communication. I think we all talked about Facebook, and we've been uploading and downloading pictures and videos. We'll show you a trend there. And then go beyond entertainment or edutainment. So we'll go beyond infotainment, which is edutainment, telemedicine, all that. And then a path to 3 screens. But ultimately, it is the user experience that's going to be different when you are addressing the end user with different devices they have. And finally, we'll summarize, okay? So few surveys or few studies. The one on your left is from World Bank. And I want to highlight a few things and sort of corroborate what Sriram just mentioned about the GDP and growth with broadband. And it's interesting that every type of communication you add, there is an increase in GDP. But what's significant is that the broadband impacts us the most. In fact, you can read the final points. It says every 10% increase in broadband penetration. I'm talking about the last broadband internet, that column. Every 10% increase in broadband penetration increases GDP by at least 1.4%. Okay? So that's significant. Similarly, the one on the right, it talks about another study done by Connected Nations in the US. And they talk about that every 7% increase in broadband adds around 2.4 million jobs. Okay? So that's significant. And so what it boils down to is broadband makes market more efficient. It reduces transaction cost. We got a lot of business majors out here. And also increases productivity. All want productivity. And that's what it improves when you don't go to the railway station or don't go to the airport to buy your tickets. Doing something else instead, doing it on online, that improves your productivity. And that's where broadband is going to enhance your life and also improve the number of jobs. So a few things. We talked about why broadband is so insignificant in India. Just a number from OECD. And you see that UK has got around 28.5% broadband penetration. It's more of layout of cable and PAN and everything else. In India, it is around 0.6%. Again, this is 2008 figures. Okay, even if I go to 2009, 2010, the number's not going to be that significant. And there are a lot of reasons which we know that has been a hindrance to broadband. Few of them I've listed on the right. And most of them relates to regulations, and a few relate to cost. Okay? The regulation part is the right-of-way, where it takes way too long to get a right-of-way. That means if I have to dig a road and lay the cable, the cost of the cable is insignificant, but the cost of laying it, digging it, and planning it is the most cost. And that's what the government can easily step in to help reduce it and minimize the cost here. The poor wireline, I think Sriram already talked about it. Low PC penetration, we know it, but we have a workaround. In fact, I would say if there is low PC penetration, we have high TV penetration. Why can't we use that to further broadband? And I'll talk more about it. Affordability of broadband. Did you know that though we know a voice per second or per minute call is the lowest in the world, we are probably among the highest for broadband? Something to think about. So why are we so high in broadband? Why the rates for broadband are so high? Something we have to figure out how to reduce that cost. And one is the cost of the international traffic. And as Sriram talked about the content. If we have more content in country, then the bandwidth would be saved there, and that savings of bandwidth can be passed on to you and I as users by the service provider. Similarly, the lack of quality content, again, the same thing here. If you have more quality content in the local languages, that would further improve the broadband. Now, having said that, we sometimes ape our Western counterparts of saying, oh, broadband means PC. Why can't we change that to context to India, where we say broadband is TV, or broadband could be a mobile device? And quite frankly, the first house, the first device you buy at home is not a PC, but it's a TV. Probably the second device you buy is a mobile. So if we can think about how to customize or localize broadband for India, and TV, with all we know, is a user interface that we all know, remote. And if we can make our applications more user-friendly via the remote, maybe that's another way to improve broadband. And so comes back to video communication, which also includes IPTV, could be a driver for broadband. Again, some research on the pent-up demand. So I'm sure the service providers are gearing up for that. That's the one on your left is data from Facebook. If you see between April and August, we nearly doubled, or maybe doubled, the amount of uploads and downloads that's been happening. Similar trends have already been seen on the downloads by the users in the US. Again, that's a trend. And anecdotal information in country also provides the same type of consumption rate. And our belief is once you increase video consumption, that will become another reason why people will want broadband. All right? So now we're talking about applications beyond infotainment, video games. I'm sure, how many people play video games? Online? How about wireless? I mean, your mobile devices. Yes. So maybe that's another way of gaming, or another way of engaging with your friends from different parts of the campus, or maybe different parts of the country, to engage with video games. That's another driver, we believe, for broadband. Similarly, edutainment. What happens in a village if I can have the TV as a mechanism of education in the daytime, and as a TV entertainment in the nighttime? That would give another way of people adopting it, because the business case of a TV is an entertainment device, and it's available in the houses. For me to buy a 10,000 or 20,000 rupees PC may not be as appealing if we can turn the TV into an entertainment device. Right? So that's another way we can think about. Now, we've talked about the broadband. Now, the reason is, how do I take my people who are on the mobile phone to a device, maybe to improve or increase or demand more broadband? It could be from the mobile to the PC, or mobile to the TV. If I provide them video clips or teasers that I can avail them on my mobile, then I can sort of give them experience that they would go to the TV, or similarly go to the laptop. So that will further promote broadband. And the idea is that if something like this, something like an IPTV platform can provide that 3-screen user experience that be so smooth, that we believe would improve the broadband experience. And not only that, you have interactive content and also the user-generated content, just like a Facebook. So to summarize, we believe video communication will promote broadband in India, and there is a pent-up demand for all of your video content. Research studies have suggested that broadband adoption improves GDP and also adds jobs. And to keep engagement with the users across all those 3 screens, we have to give them a user experience that is palatable to the end user. That's all I had for you. Thank you.